Hey everyone, it's Mike Andes, and you're listening to the Business Bootcamp podcast. Today I'm going to give a little bit of shot of inspiration if you are feeling like it's time to go into cruise control for the rest of 2018. I think a lot of small business owners and entrepreneurs fall into this trap, and I don't want you to be part of that clan. So before we get today's show though, a big thank you to Gusto. They're the sponsor for today's show, and if you haven't already, go to gusto.com/bootcamp. Try out their 90-day free trial that they're giving to just the listener of this podcast, and you can run your payroll right through their software. It's $9 a month per employee, which is cheaper than QuickBooks and a lot of other different types of software, but it also allows you to have a dashboard for your employees to see their hours, see what they're getting paid, where their taxes and all the other coverages and things that come, the deductions come, where they're going, and really have that transparent relationship with your employees when it comes to pay. Check it out. Go to gusto.com/bootcamp for that free 90-day trial. Now, today is not going to be a long episode, but I wanted to inspire you today to go out and keep pushing the pedal to the metal. This time of year, it's August. It's hot for a lot of you, and for a lot of you, it's coming to the end of summer break. People are going back to school, and I think the general ideology, the general taste that I feel in the marketplace is just kind of relax and coast the rest of the year. People kill it during January, February, March. They have goals and aspirations of growing their company for the annual year, the calendar, and they have the goals and aspirations, New Year's resolutions to fulfill. And so they start the year off with a boom, with a bang. They really hit the ground running. They hire new people. They get new staff, new buildings, and they go into new markets. They really start to advertise, start growing the business, and then they keep doing that, and it comes, March, April, May, June, July, and now people are out of school, and now all of a sudden it gets warm. People are going on summer holidays, and they get back from summer holidays, and it's now August, and people are going to go back to school. People are going to get back into their schedules, and then now all of a sudden people are starting to also get tired. They're getting worn out after 6, 7, 8, 9 months of grinding, and now all of a sudden I find so many people, as I talk to them from the podcast, small business owners, executives, managers alike, really coming to this kind of mindset of just kind of coasting the rest of the year. And I'm literally talking to people right now in the landscaping industry, and they're talking about what they're going to do for 2019. And I just have to pause and wait a second. You still have 4 more months out of 2018. You still have September, October, November, and December, and yet you're talking about next March and April, which is 9 months away, and yet you're going to fail to capitalize in the next several months. And so what this short episode I wanted to do today is make you realize that you can continue to grow your business the rest of this year. Maybe you're behind the projections that you set at the onset of 2018. Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it's been really, really good, and you feel like you can kind of just coast and still hit your projections. I would encourage you to not let up. I'd encourage you to keep the pedal to the metal, continue to keep grinding, continue to show up early, leave late, put in the extra time, and not allow the summer holiday mentality to let you coast into the rest of 2018, into the fall, into school time is coming, and this is the time for you to go full throttle. When everyone else in your industry, when all your competitors, they are easing off the pedal, they are relaxing, they are getting used of the summer long days, the warm days, they are going out on the beach, they're going out to the lake, which is totally fine, but they are now beginning to let up on their goals and aspirations of 2018, what is possible, and not so much how good or bad the year's been, but what is possible for the rest of 2018. They begin to lose sight of that. When your competitors are slowing down, that is the time for you to accelerate. When they are slowing down and they are going in cruise control, or they are starting to coast to the rest of this year, it is the time for you to put on full burners, full acceleration, full throttle into the rest of the year, and that's how you're going to get ahead. As I speak to you right now, I'm not even at my studio. I am sitting in my truck recording this because I am living out exactly what I'm talking about this week. We are at a fair. We've never done a fair before. I usually do all our online, marketing dollars are spent online. But this is something that none of our competitors are doing. No one else is doing at this fair in our our space, in our industry. So we're going to try it out. We're going to grind. We're going to spend 6 days solid, 12 and a half hours a day at a fair booth, trying to spread the message about our marketing, what our business can do for our customers. And we're going to be at this industry kind of trade show / 90,000 people come through this thing. It's like the biggest one in our state. So it's a big deal. And as far as the fair goes, and so what I am trying to impress to you though is that we're not resting our laurels. We're not just coasting the rest of this year. We've had a great year. I was looking at yesterday. We've grown 52% year over year from this time last year, which is fantastic. But we're going to sustain that growth. If we're going to continue to grow at that pace throughout the rest of this 2018, there's got to be a fire underneath us to continue to grow and scale the company. We cannot just be like, oh, it was a great year. We grow 50%. That's fantastic. That's way above, quote unquote, industry average. If industry average is what you are striving for or comparing yourself to, that is what you will become, is average. What you are comparing yourself to is what you will become. And if you are trying to compare yourself to your industry's average, or your average growth rate, or your average profitability, or the average size of the firm in which you are competing with, if you are comparing yourself to average, you will become average. Do not compare yourself with average. Hold yourself accountable to something more. And when everyone else is slowing down, that's the time to go full throttle. When your competitors are not buying up space on Facebook, they're not buying AdWords, when they are not buying CPC cost per click ads, that's the time when now the cost is 20 cents per click instead of $1, and that's when you can really accelerate, pour dollars into that marketing funnel, and actually get more bang for your buck at this time because everyone else is resting. So when it's August and all your competitors are going out to the pond, going out to the beach, they are taking the extra long weekend, taking the 4 or 5 day weekend, come Memorial Day, everyone shuts down for a week and a half. When everyone else is doing that, that's the time to go full throttle. When they're all slowing down, that's the time to invest heavily in 2 things. Number 1, in marketing and sales, and number 2, in talent acquisition. So number 1, marketing. That's what we're doing this week here at the fair. We are trying to go in on a different route. We're testing it out, seeing how it works, seeing if there's any sort of return on this investment when everyone else in our industry is ignoring this venue because it's in the middle of the year. Everyone else is, quote unquote, really busy, or trying to take, in our industry in landscaping, everyone takes this August kind of off because it's so hot, everything's not growing. It's kind of the lull before now the fall gets really busy again. I'm going full throttle, and then when it does get busy, it's going to be probably chaos, but that's fine. I'm preparing for it, and I'm capitalizing on it when everyone else is resting on their laurels and coasting. I'm going full throttle, and I'm investing in 2 things: marketing and sales, and talent acquisition. So here we are at the fair. We're doing marketing. We're trying to do branding. And then another thing we're doing is talent acquisition. So literally tonight, I'm going to be hiring someone at the fair booth. We are doing an interview, and the only time I could meet this person was at the fair. It was actually another vendor at the fair booth, one of the booths at the fair, who I'm going to be interviewing. I'm going all in because at this time, when all my competitors are resting on their laurels, it's not as busy. They're laying people off. They're allowing their crews to only work 30, 32 hours a week because they are a little bit slower this time of year, or they're wanting to take a week off for vacation. When they're doing that, I'm going to swoop in. I'm going to take their best people that want the 40 hours, need the 40 hours to support their family, and are looking for sustainable work that's going to be 40 hours every week. They need that solid paycheck, and I'm going to be the person that provides that for them and is committed to them and be able to acquire that talent. I'd really challenge you, every single one of you that are listening right now, treat September 1st like it's January 1st. So when everyone comes December, you have Christmas and all this good stuff, but it comes around New Year and people get fired up and they all get, you have all these New Year's resolutions and they want to grow their business and they come fired up, and that's great. I love the energy. I love the passion coming into the new year, what they want to do for their business. And I promise you, if you can treat September 1st like January 1st and treat it like, hey, we got September, October, November, and December. We have one third, 33% of the year left after the September 1st of this year. We have 33% of the year left to go and to go dominate. That is 33% of the year that your competitors are going to be on their heels. They're going to be still getting over their hangover from their summer break. And I don't mean hangover from alcohol. I just mean their mentality of just taking it easy. They're going to be getting through that September, October, and then before you know it, it will be the end of the year, and they will have coasted, and they would have not capitalized on the opportunities that presented themselves to them. They would not have capitalized on the talent that was out in the field. And as the labor market, it gets smaller and smaller, and it starts getting harder and harder to find people that are unemployed or need work in your industry, and the labor market constricts, this is the time to go all in on trying to find people. And I promise you, if you can capitalize and treat September 1st like it's January 1st, and keep the fire alive and keep the passion alive, setting goals, setting markers, setting what you want to be doing for the rest of not the year but this quarter. What are you going to do in the last quarter? What are you going to do the last 4 months, the last 33% of this year? What are you going to do in your business? I'd set targets for every single month. I'd set revenue goals. I'd set what the projections are going to be, what your goals are for every single department, and I'd want to see growth. I would not just want to make sure it stays stagnant or stays plateaued, kind of stays, even if you're having a good year, I wouldn't go for the coasting. I'd go for how can I treat September 1st like it's January 1st and go all in on my business and really take it to the next level. I promise you, it'll pay dividends. You'll look back in December and you'll actually be amazed at how much further you got than your goals even had anticipated. It's easy to fall in this trap when economic times are good and businesses are growing by 20-30%. Just by natural cadence of the economy and customers coming to them. But I promise you, when times get tough, it's the people that have capitalized and not gotten lazy and have not gotten fat on the economic times that we're enjoying right now. It's the people that have constantly honed their craft, worked out, exercised their muscle of business, been out in the marketplace, branding, giving their time, giving their effort, grinding it out, and that's the people who actually succeed when times get hard. In your industry, there's going to be the people, the fat that gets trimmed off when the next recession comes. Don't let that be you because you rest on the laurels of past experience, or you rest on your laurels of what the past 8-9 months have been in the year. Don't be on cruise control. And if you're having a trouble with this, if you're going into cruise control, I want to hear from you. Reach out to me, businessbootcamppodcast@gmail.com. I want to light the fire under you to continue to go full throttle, full acceleration in the rest of 2018. Thanks again. This is Mike Andes. You've been listening to the Business Bootcamp Podcast, and promise me one thing. Treat September 1st like it's January 1st. Now go do something about it.